All right, let's do it, officer.
Welcome all. 36th District Court, State of Michigan is now in session with the Honorable Judge Shannon A. Holmes presiding. During the Zoom court proceeding, there will be no gum chewing, eating, drinking, smoking, or talking. Also, you're required to be dressed appropriately for court. No do-rags, hats, pajamas, low-cut tops, spaghetti string tops, or underclothes should be visible. If you have any additional electronic devices, please silence them or turn them off now. Thank you all in advance for your compliance, and good morning, Your Honor.
All right, good morning, and good morning, everyone. Good morning. All right. I'm going to have you place your appearance on the record. Mr. Fikens, I'll start with you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning. Robert Fikens, P318-4, Drug Treatment Court Defense Counsel. I would at this time like to make a motion that my appearance be for all my clients here today.
All right, thank you, Mr. Fikens. Good morning, and your motion is granted. I'll have the case managers place your appearance on the record. Mr. Griffin. Oh, you're muted. I'm gonna ask you to, there you go.
Good morning, Your Honor. Brian Griffin, Drug Court Case Manager on behalf of the Probation Department.
All right, good morning, Mr. Griffin. Ms. Cleveland.
Good morning, Your Honor. Toshi Cleveland, Case Manager for 36th District Court Probation Department.
Good morning, Ms. Cleveland. Mr. Yancey.
Good morning, Your Honor. Kenneth Yancey on behalf of Sobriety Court, Your Honor.
All right, and good morning to you, Mr. Yancey. Good morning. Ms. Wilson, good morning.
Good morning, Judge Holmes. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Morning.
All right, we are ready to get started. There are a few faces that I don't know who they are and whether or not they are on my docket. I'd like to clear that up. There's someone on Michael's Galaxy. Sir, if you could unmute and state your name, please.
Yes, ma'am. I'm Michael Jerome Durant.
Mr. Durant. Let's see. I don't have you on my docket, Mr. Durant. Whose case is this?
I spoke with a Dion Drew Friday evening. She said she was going to set me up for this morning.
Got it, because he's in warrant status, and it looks like you had an operating while intoxicated first offense back in 2010, and you didn't take care of business, sir.
Yes, Your Honor. That's exactly what happened.
You didn't. All right. Did you post the bond?
No, Your Honor. I'm trying to take care of that now. Maybe today, possible. I have the money. All
right. So this is what I'll need you to do. I need you to call the courtroom again. The court reporter just placed the number in the system. And Mr. Fikens, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set a bond on this. You'll have to come in and pay a bond and get a court date on an OWI. Okay.
Your Honor, my situation is I live in Georgia. I've been living in Georgia for the last 10 years. I have an over $17 hour job down here. I have a family down here. And because
you got an OWI in the city of Detroit, sir.
I understand, ma'am. But wait, when I was talking to the clerks, they said I would be able to maybe post bond through.
Clerks don't run the courtroom. It's up to the judge. But that's why I'm having you call my clerk. And we can arrange for you to get your bond paid, okay?
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, very good. And so do you see the number in the chat?
No, I don't. How do you access that?
She placed it in the chat. I'll give it to you. You have a pen you can write down. You can write it down.
Yes, ma'am. I'm
You
ready.
ready? It is 313
Okay.
965
Okay.
2280.
Okay.
All
Okay,
right.
I'm gonna
There you
contact
go.
them
Do
right now.
that.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, you're very welcome. Thank you. All right, there's another person that has Darren's iPhone. Sir, if you could unmute and tell me your name. We want to make sure you're in the right place. Tell me your name.
Darren Twitty.
Your Honor,
Darren Twitty. Yeah.
Your Honor, if I could, Mr. Twitty is going to be an intake, but it's going to be presented tomorrow. So, Mr. Twitty, I'll contact you. I emailed you. Maybe you didn't forget it. Maybe you didn't get it, but we're going to do this tomorrow morning. Can you hear me, Mr. Twitty?
Yes. Well, I can't remember. I think I have court tomorrow at like 9 for Southfield as well.
I thought that was Wednesday.
It's Wednesday.
Oh, it's the 31st.
That's Wednesday.
Yep, it's
Okay.
Wednesday.
Okay.
I'll call you and,
All right.
and I'll double check. I'll call you.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Twitty. I'll see you on tomorrow, okay?
Okay. Thank you. Sorry about that.
No, that's okay. We want to make sure we get you squared away.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Mr. Todd, I think we're ready for you. Are you ready for us? Good morning. No, not Mr. Todd.
Mr. Gilkey was first.
Oh, good morning, Mr. Todd. Where is Mr. Gilkey? He's not on here. If I don't see them, I don't. Oh, there's Mr. Gilkey. All right, Mr. Todd, mute yourself. Mr. Gilkey was on first this morning. Good morning, Mr. Gilkey.
Good morning.
State your name for the record.
Brandon Gilkey.
All right, Mr. Gilkey. I have the following for you. I have case number 200-568-4301. How are you doing, Mr. Gilkey?
Pretty good. Kind of cold out today, but I'm pretty good.
It is. It's a little nippy out there today. So if you need to put your hat on, you certainly can, because I know it is cold out there.
Thank you.
You are very welcome. All right. So, Mr. Gilkey, what have you been doing to stay on track?
Going to my meetings, staying busy working.
Okay. Tell me what's going on in those meetings.
Just being consistent, hearing other people go through their struggles with what their addictions are, and just staying focused and maintaining.
Okay. Have you learned anything specific to maybe what brought you to court that you can share with us? Have you learned anything about that subject in your meetings?
Yeah. Basically just learning how to deal with sometimes anger issues or whatever that might be stressing me out, and knowing that that's not the way to turn, just to face the problem head on.
Face the problem head on. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. All right. And so you have completed your outpatient treatment. You still feel good about that?
Yes.
Okay. Very good. You know that it's available should you need it, right?
Yes.
All right. Very good. Mr. Griffin, update me on Mr. Gilkey.
Your Honor, this is Brandon Gilkey. Mr. Gilkey was promoted to Fast 2 at his last hearing. He's completed outpatient treatment. He continued to attend his meetings. He's been testing, no problems with testing. So I'm about to get him acclimated in phase 2, get him signed up for the ARMS program, community service, alcohol highway safety too. So, and working on some goals, which one goal is to have a restricted license. And then we're gonna work on some other personal goals. But other than that, Your Honor, Mr. Gilkey has been doing good.
All right. Very good. Very good. All right, what about the Clinton Township warrant? I have that in
Yeah,
my note. Has that been cleared up?
I talked to them. I told them within a week I should have the rest of the money for them to pay them off in full.
All right, and then that matter will be resolved?
Yes.
All right, very good. I'm glad to hear that. Wonderful, wonderful. All right, Mr. Gilkey, is there anything you need from us today?
No, ma'am, not at this time.
Okay, you're not having any issues that would get you off track with working your program, working on you?
No, ma'am.
All right, very good. Mr. Griffin, what's the date you have Mr. Gilkey returning?
Your Honor, he'll be coming back on April the 19th, and that'll be for a face-to-face.
All right, so that'll be at 9:30 a.m. and it'll be for a face-to-face. All right, wonderful. Mr. Fikens, anything you'd like to add as to Mr. Gilkey? Uh-oh, you're muted, Mr. Fikens.
Thank you, Judge. I apologize. Mr. Gilkey, it was another great report. Keep up the good work. I like how you said you kind of handle matters and take them head on. That shows a lot of positivity on your part and your ability to overcome obstacles, which we all get from time to time. So keep up the great work, sir. We're proud of you. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Mr. Gilkey, if you don't have any questions, you have your return to court date for April 19th at 9:30. That'll be with Mr. Griffin for a face-to-face, okay?
Okay.
All right, enjoy your day. Be safe.
You too.
All right. Okay, officer, who do we have up next?
Next, Your Honor, is Mr. Todd.
All right, Mr. Todd, we're gonna try it again. Unmute this time. Uh-oh, did I lose him? Oh, there he is. Mr. Todd, unmute and state your name for the record.
Well, Todd.
Uh-oh, I think you kind of frozen just a little bit, little bit. All right, there you are. How are you this morning, Mr. Todd?
I'm fine. How are you? I'm great.
I'm doing well. Good to see you smile. I'm gonna place your case numbers on the record. I have case numbers SP 100-60802, case number SP 9618881, and case number 19058809001. Mr. Todd, tell me what's been going on. Seems like I haven't seen you in a while.
Oh, I've been doing great. I've been attending weekly NA meetings. I've been attending my outpatient, and I have a one-on-one session with my recovery coach once a week. Yep, and I'm currently still working.
Look at you, Mr. Todd. You're doing it. You're doing a great job. Yes. All right, tell me a little bit about your one-on-one with your recovery coach. How's that going?
Well, my one-on-one is about working on myself and living life on life terms. That's what we worked on this week. So I've been living life.
Go ahead.
I've been learning how to live life on life terms. Whatever obstacle get in my way, know that I can overcome it.
You can. It might take some work. It might take a little sweat, a little grit, but you can overcome it. Absolutely. Absolutely. Tell me what's going on with your outpatient treatment. How is that working out? Where are you in outpatient treatment? Are you still at Share House?
At Share House, yeah, they was doing it online, but now they trying to get it in person, but it's only a few people can go. So
okay,
twice a week. It's on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but I've been going in person for the last couple of weeks, and Ms. Lezinski, she's a real good therapist. I'm working on issues of my past and why I kept going back and relapsing. So we're working on relapse prevention.
Very good. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. So glad to hear that. All right, how's that job going?
It's going fine. It's going great.
Okay, good. No issues there.
No.
All right, very good. How's your wife doing? You know I'm gonna ask because I'm nosy
She's okay.
and I
She's
care.
right. She's okay.
She's okay. All right, still patiently waiting for you to get yourself together. All right, and
ma'am.
you're doing it, Mr. Todd. You're doing it.
Ma'am.
You are one day at a time. You're doing it.
One day at a time.
That's it. All right. And so last time you were with me, we talked about working with family reunification because you were trying to find independent living. Anything you want to share with me on that, or I can have Mr. Griffin update me?
Mrs. Griffin, I'm currently looking for a location. Since it's COVID, it's very hard to get a location right now, but I have a couple options I'm looking into, and once I hear back from this one apartment, and all I have to do is just give Miss Griffin a call, and we can get the ball rolling.
All right. All right. Very good. And so, Mr. Griffin, let's make sure that wherever he's going, of course, is conducive to sobriety. And then secondly, that is he's able to sustain that place, even after he's finished with our program. So I don't know if you're doing income-based or what have you, but we want to make sure that he's able to sustain long-term living after we, utilize funds from family reunification.
Okay.
Okay. All right, Mr. Todd, what else you want me to know about you?
Nothing. That I'm just happy, and I'm doing okay, and I really appreciate you guys. Thank you.
All right, your grandfather's doing well?
Yes, ma'am. I have to. My grandfather gets up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and I have to put his TV on channel 4 every morning. So I'm up at 4 every morning.
That's right. That's what grandsons do. That's what good grandsons do. They get up at 4 and put that TV on channel 4. There you go. All right. You look good, Mr. Todd. You're working your program. I'm very proud of you. You know that we're here for whatever you need. I know that you stay in touch with Mr. Griffin. I want to encourage you to do that, to continue to do that, okay? Because you're working it, yes, and it shows. Mr. Griffin?
Yeah, Mr. Todd is doing good. We're actually trying to get some, with Ms. Griffin, we're trying to get him and his wife some marriage counseling. So he's trying to see if his wife would, come and go to marriage counseling with him. So we've been working on that. He's been testing, no problems with testing. I actually have some items for him. So I'm maybe this week or next week, I'm gonna meet up with him to give him some things. Me and him had already discussed some personal things or whatever that I had that I'm donate to him. So, I just see the smile on his face. He's coming along really well, Your Honor. He's been testing 3 times a week, and we just promoted him to phase 2. So I'd like to recommend that his testing be dropped down to twice a week. And if we have any problems, we'll go back to 3 times a week. But Mr. Todd been doing pretty good. And we're starting to work on the different things in phase 2, working on some goals. One being getting an apartment. I think Mr. Todd didn't come with us with a driving thing. So I think he has his license, and he wants to get a car, get insurance and stuff like that. So those are the things that we're working on, so he can be able to move around better and things like that. So we have had some discussions along that route, Your Honor.
All right, very good, very good. So Mr. Todd, you are in, well, it looked like we lost him. I'm not certain, but he's in good shape. He's in great shape, Mr. Griffin. All right, Mr. Fikens, anything you'd like to add?
Well, yes, Your Honor. Thank you. Just quickly, I don't know if Mr. Todd can hear me, but you're certainly hitting. You can. Thank you. You're certainly hitting all the marks, sir. You're doing it the right way. Keep up the great work. We are really proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Fikens.
You're welcome, sir.
All right. All right. If nothing else, Mr. Todd, let's get your return to court, which it looks like you're in phase 2. Oh, Mr. Griffin, I am granting your request. There's no objection from the team. If there's no objection from the team.
No, Your Honor.
All right. I'm going to reduce your testing to 2 times random per week. You're gonna come back for your face-to-face, Mr. Griffin, what's that date?
April 19th, Your Honor, at 9:30 a.m. So I'll work that out with him.
All right, April 19th, 9:30 for a face-to-face. And I want you to keep up the great work you're doing, Mr. Todd, okay?
Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
All right, you are very welcome. Good to see you.
Good to see you. Have a great day.
You too. All right, Miss Walker, let me have you unmute for me. Good morning, Miss Walker.
Good morning.
Good morning. State your name for the record.
Chantel Walker.
All right, I have case number Z8060361 for Chantel Walker. How are you this morning?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I am doing well. Are your babies on spring break this week?
Yes, they are.
Are you glad about it?
They driving me crazy. but yeah, they're doing good. They just can't wait to go back. You know, my youngest son, he's in school. My oldest son, he's at home, and my daughter, she hasn't started school yet. But when they come back from spring break, she'll be in school too. I'm a little nervous about it, but they're gonna go back.
Okay, are you teaching them about safety and what they should and shouldn't be doing?
Yeah, washing their hands, keeping the mask on, you know, always after they eat, put a mask back up, you know, wash their hands frequently and use hand sanitizer. So they're kind of young, so I have to stay on them about that. But that's about it.
And not touching their face. Make sure they're not touching their face, their eyes. We don't set good examples for them as adults, but because we do it all the time. But the kids tend to do a better job at things that we're not good at. So maybe.
Oh, mommy. Yeah, they're always reminding me. Oh, mommy, you forgot. You have to go wash your hands again. We just came in from outside. I'm like, okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
There you go. There you go. All right. You've been working your program, Miss Walker?
Yes, I have.
All right. Tell me what you've been doing.
I've been trying to be more forgiving to myself. Like I've been trying not to blame myself for everything that I've been doing. I mean, it's my fault. Of course, I take responsibility. I'm accountable for what I've done, but I tend to beat myself up a lot about things. So I'm trying not to do that so much, be more forgiving to myself. And that's really it. And just trying to stay positive and stay, you know, focused. I did start a new company.
You did?
So I've been working on that. Yeah, I provide characters for kids' parties. So that's my main focus right now.
Look at you. All right. Very good. Very good. Okay. And so you are you still going to your outpatient treatment or have you finished?
Yes, we had our last meeting on Zoom last week.
Okay. Yeah. All right. How do you feel about the services you've received?
I feel great. I still he said I can still attend them if I want to, and I still want to because I need that.
Good. Look at you doing what you need to help yourself. That's so important. You don't need the court to tell you everything you need to do, right?
Yeah, right. It keeps me focused and, you know, level-headed.
All right. Very good. Very good. And so you are in phase 2 and things are seem to be going well. I'm going to have Mr. Griffin report out for me. Mr. Griffin?
Your Honor.
I need to update my sheet, by the way, because I'm not, my sheet's not updated. Go ahead.
Okay, she's doing very well. Actually, Your Honor, she gets sentenced on the Allen Park case tomorrow. She had that drunk driving case that was old. So I talked to the probation officer out there. So she gets sentenced on that case tomorrow. So I will make sure I will follow up with her. They know that she's in our drug court program. So I'm gonna see what their conditions gonna be. So I'll check back up on that. But other than that, she's been testing. doing everything she's supposed to do. So now she's new to phase 2. So I'm about to start getting her acclimated to phase 2, working on goals. I know she has to get the restricted license through our program because it's her second drunk driving case. So we started looking into things like that, working on her fees, community service. But other than that, she's been doing well, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens?
Yes, Judge, good morning. If I might put my appearance on the record, I wasn't in the courtroom when the court opens up.
Yes.
I apologize, I was in the breakout room doing a new contract. But for the record, Jesse Reed, Drug Court Defense Attorney, P23863. I'd like to make a motion, continuing motion, that my appearance be for all my clients this morning. Thank you, Judge. And Ms. Walker, congratulations. Good report. Keep up the good work. We're proud of you. Don't beat yourself up too much. We're in this pandemic and we're all working and trying to stay safe, but you have a positive attitude. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Judge. Thank you, Ms. Walker.
Thank you.
All right.
Your Honor, if I might add, Ms. Walker, I appreciate what you said this morning about learning patience and the other things that you mentioned. We certainly appreciate your efforts. You should appreciate your own efforts because they're going to guide you well through life. Keep up the great work. We are very proud of you, Ms. Walker. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
All right, Ms. Walker, anything you need from us, anything that we can help you with to keep you on track because you're doing a great job?
Not at the moment. Well, I talked to Mr. Griffin about it because I was unsure about something with this business that I just started. So I just asked him for that.
Okay.
But no, other than that, no, I'm fine.
All right. And you feel good about where you are with respect to working your plan?
Yes, I do.
All right, very good. If nothing else, Mr. Griffin, what's the return to court date for Ms. Walker?
Your Honor, she's also would be April 19th at 9:30, and that'll be for face-to-face.
Oh, wait a minute, somebody's come on with interference.
Mr.
All right,
Franklin.
that's Mr. Franklin. I just muted you. Stay muted, Mr. Franklin. You have too much interference. All right, I'm sorry, Mr. Griffin, give that date again.
April the 19th, Your Honor. And
all right, would this be?
Face-to-face.
April 19th.
All right, so we'll set it for 9:30 a.m. and do a face-to-face. And so, Ms. Walker, good to see you. You're doing a good job. Keep up the great work you're doing, okay?
Thank you. Good to see you too, Judge.
All right.
Have a good day.
All right. You do the same.
Thank you.
All right.
If I might interrupt.
Yes.
There's a Sabrina Thomas on Zoom.
Yes.
She is a trial. The prosecutor, Ms. Walker, and I have been working on this matter, and I'd like to leave the courtroom at this time to make contact with Prosecutor Walker.
Yes, absolutely. And let me know when you're ready to call Ms. Thomas's case, okay? All right, wonderful. All right. Good morning, Mr. Franklin.
Good morning, how are you?
You have a good connection this morning?
Yeah, I got it. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. How are you?
I'm good.
You good? All right, state your name. State your name for the record, Mr. Franklin.
Shannon Franklin.
All right, I have the following matters for you today. I have you 509-90819, you 557-35120, case number 184989371, case number 18044277701, and case number 1904441-301. Mr. Franklin, you looking good this morning. Where you going?
Nowhere, court.
You going? Oh, you dressed up for us today, Mr. Franklin?
No, I dress like this here all the time, really.
All right, Mr. Franklin, that's what I want to hear. Yes, sir. All right. How have things been going with you since the last time I've seen you?
Everything going pretty good. You know, I'm doing security. I'm doing security 9 to 5, Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and 48 Saturdays here.
9 to 5 p.m.?
Yes.
Are they paying you?
Yeah.
Does that mean you're gonna give us some money too?
No. I finished
He
paying y'all.
said, absolutely not. Absolutely, Mr.
I finished paying
Franklin.
y'all. I paid you already.
Mr. Franklin, I'm glad to hear you're working. How do you feel about that?
Good.
You do? You excited to be working?
Yeah, it's cool.
It's cool. Now you're providing the security at Lake Ridge?
Yeah.
I'm so happy for you. I really am. I'm happy for you. So you're being patient and being nice and kind to people?
Yeah. I had to work on that. I'm still working on it.
All right. Long as you're still working on it, you all right with me, Mr. Franklin?
Yeah.
All right.
You know,
now, what are you doing to work? Go ahead.
I said, you know, that was one of my main problems, patience and tolerance.
Yes. And you working on it. I'm so glad you're working on it because you're such a nice person, Mr. Franklin.
Mm-hmm.
You are.
Yep.
You are. What are you doing to work your program? What are you doing to work on you? Tell me about that.
My thinking, my behavior.
Okay, you working on your thinking. Are you going to any classes at Lake Ridge?
Every day.
Every day? What do you think of those classes?
They helping me. But I had already
Tell me something you've learned.
I had already
I'm sorry?
knew, but I just got to work on me. I knew I got to stay sober for the rest of my life and take care of me and be responsible for me without the drink and drug.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Mr. Franklin. Because when you do those things, you know you're not a real nice person, right?
Yeah, and I know I can't hang up at Wayne State no more, even though I ain't been up there in about a year. And I can't keep committing them little crimes that I was committing.
And you know they have your picture posted that you can't go up to Wayne State.
Yeah, I ain't been up there in about a year.
All right. I hope that one day we'll be able to, the people who connected you to the services here will be able to see the great work that you've done and how you have turned this around. And I want them to be able to see how you really are a good guy. That's what I want them to know about you at Wayne State.
Okay.
So we whose case is this? Is this you, Miss Yancey?
It's Miss Robs, Your Honor. Miss Robs just called me. She said Mr. Franklin was supposed to be a face-to-face today, but he ain't came on. So she just called me. Yeah, so he's supposed to be
down there?
No, she was just gonna call you through Zoom or whatever. So she just called me. So she said she's still gonna call you. He was scheduled for a face-to-face today, Your Honor.
What you mean by face-to-face?
You're gonna meet with your case manager so she can get some detailed information about where you are and what's going on. Some things that we don't want to say, you know, in the open public. Okay?
Okay. Well, she knows she should have called me earlier.
I thought you said you're working on being nice and patient.
I am.
You were just playing.
No, she should have called me 8 o'clock this morning, Friday one.
Mr. Franklin, you know you're not Miss Rob's only case, right?
I know that.
She said she's been calling.
I'm one of the important ones.
She said she's been calling you. You sending her to voicemail.
No, that ain't true.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Franklin, I want you and Miss Robs. She's going to call you today for your face-to-face. And while you are one of her important clients, I'm sure she has a few others that are important too. And you are in that list, and she's going to connect with you today, okay?
Okay. All right.
It's still good to see you. And Mr. Griffin, I just want to relay to Miss Robs, somehow we are going to have to connect the people at Wayne State, and you know that my former deputy works for Wayne State's police department, and he may be the source of that connection. We need to, so that they can see Mr. Franklin, that he's clean and sober and he's living a sober life and that he really is a wonderful person. I want them to know that about you.
All right.
Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
This
I
Miss
don't know
Rhymes
what that
keep calling
is.
me now.
It probably is. Go
She done
talk to
called me
Miss
3
Ross.
times from a different number. Why
Miss
she wait to
Franklin.
the last minute?
It's not the last minute. She has all morning. Actually, she's not supposed to conduct face-to-faces until 9:30. But I give them flexibility because they have so many cases. So you go talk to Miss Rives and stop being, yeah. Go talk to Miss Rives. Good to see you, Mr. Franklin. She'll give us your return to court date.
All right.
All right. Bye-bye.
Okay.
I'll get his return to court date later. Okay. All right. Very good. I am ready on, let me see. There was someone else. That's Mr. Franklin with all of that feedback going on. All right. Are we ready on the new intake, Miss Benjamin?
Yes, Judge.
All right, let's do that. Give me a second. All right. I am ready on case number 1805786-601 for Carolyn Benjamin. Ms. Benjamin, please state your full name for the record.
Carolyn Elaine.
Good morning to you.
Good morning.
You are in our Zoom courtroom, our virtual courtroom. It is also streamed live on YouTube. Do you agree to have your hearing in our virtual courtroom this morning?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and going forward, while you're with us in specialty court, do you agree to continue on a continuous basis to have your hearings by way of Zoom?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, wonderful. All right, Ms. Cleveland, you're presenting Ms. Benjamin?
Yes, Your Honor, I am.
You may proceed.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. I am here to present Miss Carolyn Elaine Benjamin for specialty court. She is charged with false pretenses between $200 and $999. Miss Benjamin is a 59-year-old African-American female. She is currently, I'm going to list her employment status based on her reporting as other. She said she was waiting for something as far as a potential job, but then I did notice that on some of her other assessments, she listed herself as unemployed. Miss Benjamin does not have any children. Based on her eligibility criteria, Miss Benjamin does want to participate in the specialty court program. She is at least 18 years old. Ms. Benjamin reported, based on my question, that does she admit to having a substance abuse addiction or drug abuse problem? She said she was unsure. I would like to report that she has listed marijuana as her first drug of choice and crack cocaine as a secondary, sorry, Your Honor, I don't know how to turn that off, but as a secondary drug of choice. On 3/16/2020 at JAMS, she did test positive for both of those substances. I asked Ms. Benjamin, Ms. Benjamin does not have any prior felony convictions for a violent offense, and she has not participated in a specialty court program within the last 10 years. I am recommending Ms. Benjamin for our specialty court program.
Okay, Miss Cleveland, who referred Miss Benjamin? Or how did she come to us?
Judge Holmes courtroom, they referred her to our service, and she had been on.
I am Judge Holmes. Who you talking about, Miss Cleveland?
I am Miss Ben. This telephone has done something to me. I apologize this morning. Judge Bryant is the referring judge. I'm sorry.
Judge Bryant, I got it. Judge Bryant. All right, very good, very good. What about, do you know if Miss Benjamin has a driver's license, a valid driver's license?
Let me see. I apologize. I believe she does have a valid driver's license, Your
Miss
Honor.
Benjamin, do you have a valid license?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, my clerk is saying, my court clerk is saying something different. It says your license is suspended.
I didn't know that, so I found that out just now. I know.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so no driving, because you're gonna be in specialty court. If you drive, you get picked up, it's gonna be a problem. Okay? So at some point, the attorneys will work on you. You know, you all can talk with her. I don't know why her license is suspended. Maybe you can send the SOS to Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, because she's not here on a driving charge. So if it's something that we can fix to help her, put her in a position to get her license validated, I'd love to do that. Okay, so Ms. Drew is sending that to you all.
Thank you.
All right, Miss. Yes, Miss Benjamin?
Do you know when they became suspended?
You know what, that's gonna be our worry in a few. So send it to Mr. Reed. Let Mr. Reed and Mr. Fikens look over it and they'll be able to answer those questions for you. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. But no driving until you have a valid license, okay?
Okay.
All right, very good. And so, Miss Cleveland, has Miss Benjamin undergone any assessments since she's been with us?
Yes, Your Honor. She actually did her Needs Plus assessment, and I do have the report from that, as well as she was asked to go and do another drug testing, but I'm not sure she did. Based on the information that I saw today or this morning on JAMS, there was a color call that she missed, and I'm not sure if she went this weekend as I had asked her to do.
Miss Benjamin, did you go and test like Miss Cleveland told you to?
I couldn't go Friday, Miss Your Honor. I didn't have the money to pay for that.
Okay, but that's not a reason to not test. You should have reached out to Miss Cleveland because that's not a reason to not test.
Okay.
We in specialty court, especially now that you're going to officially come into specialty court, testing is mandatory. It is not optional. When is the last time you've used any substance?
Last Friday.
The day that you were supposed to test?
No, ma'am, the Friday before.
Okay. All right. You're going to have to go and test today, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So we're going to make sure, Miss Cleveland, that she tests on today. So if your last use was not this past Friday, but the Friday before, then you should be clear of the substance, right?
Let me be honest, because I'm afraid.
I need you to be. That's where I'm going with this. Because let me say this to you, Miss Benjamin. I'm glad you came to that realization. In specialty court, we can't help you if you're not honest.
Yes, ma'am.
And I don't penalize people for falling off or for having some difficulty. You might get penalized, but it won't be anything like you'll be penalized if you're not being truthful with me. Because when you're not truthful with me, I can't help you. Miss Cleveland can't help you. The attorneys can't help you. And so that means we're not doing our jobs. And it's not our fault that we're not doing our jobs. And so now I'm going to take care of the person who's keeping us from doing our jobs. So now, come on, be honest with me. When is the last time you used?
Friday.
This past Friday.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And what did you use?
Cocaine.
All right. Thank you for being honest with me. I appreciate it. So Ms. Cleveland said something really Ms. Cleveland said something really important to me. She said that you weren't sure that you had an issue with drugs. And so
I shared with her because I was in therapy once before, not from this last time, but I would talk to the case manager because I would only use, like, I'm a binge user. And she had told me that I wasn't an addict because I only used to deal with a certain person in my life, which was my mother. Because I don't use every day, I like every 2 weeks. So, but I know I got a problem because I can't stop on my own.
there you go.
I was in counseling, which ended in September. I was doing pretty good. But so now I've hooked up back with Central City. Did my first session with them, I think it was Thursday.
Okay, so Ms. Benjamin, you know what I heard you say? I have a problem because I can't just stop. Whether I'm using once a month, whether I'm using once a week, I'm using and I'm not able to stop. You're in a court proceeding, and I know that before you came from Judge Bryant, she told you don't use drugs. You can't use cocaine, you can't use marijuana. I know she told you that.
Yes,
and so in spite of that, and you also know that if you don't comply with a judge's order, you could end up in jail, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And then you still used. So you know there's a problem, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, because nobody wants to go to jail. And jail is not the appropriate place to get help. That's not the place to get help. Where we get help is on the outside, going to the appropriate therapies or what have you. So I don't know what counselor may have told you that you weren't an addict, but you certainly have a problem. You have a substance use problem.
Yes.
And that's what we want to help you with. Are you willing to let us help you with that?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You said something else about dealing with your mother. Are you a caregiver for your mom? Tell me, can you share a little bit more about that?
I don't want to get emotional about it, but we don't have the greatest.
It's okay.
We don't have the greatest relationship. I haven't seen my mother in 2 years.
Does she live here in Michigan?
Yes, ma'am.
In Detroit?
Yes, ma'am.
So you all need to work on some relationship things.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So Ms. Cleveland, I want to make sure that that's noted in her assessment. We know that there are some things that are broken that can't be fixed, but I don't believe that relationships with family is one of them, okay? But my focus, where I'd like to start off with, is my focus to be on you. Let's find out what's broken within you. Because I don't know why the relationship is not good with you and your mom, but let's start with you. That's a good place to start, is let's start with you. And so, but Ms. Cleveland, I want to make sure that some of the therapy that she's going to get is going to be with respect to dealing with the relationship with her mom. Yes. And I'm certain that, look, Ms. Benjamin, you're already off to a good start. You were honest with us about your use. I need you, when you go to your treatment, I need you to be honest with your therapist. I need you to be honest. Because if you go in there and everything's good and everything's wonderful and I've got this, then they can't do their work. And you're going to be in this vicious cycle. And fortunate and unfortunate for you, you're in a cycle that's within the court system. When you're in a cycle in the court system, only a couple of things gonna happen. You're gonna end up in jail. You're gonna end up in jail, or you're gonna end up in jail. I would like to break that cycle. Let's break that cycle and really deal with what's going on inside of you, so that when you're finished with this process, this judicial process, this court process, that you're no longer in a cycle. You are able to live a life in recovery with healthy relationships, healthy boundaries, and all of those good things. How does that sound to you?
Sounds great.
It sounds great. Do you have siblings, Miss Benjamin?
No.
You're an only child?
Yes.
Okay. All right. All right. We want to work on some things with you. Let's do it. All right. You know that while you're with me, you cannot use cocaine. Okay? And so that's why immediately, Miss Cleveland, what did her risk assessment come back as?
It came back as a moderate assessment, but I did send a message because the assessment also indicated that some information may have been withheld or she was putting herself in a more favorable light. And that was part of the assessment. So that's why I did make the recommendation that I did.
All right, very good. And so, Miss Cleveland, I know that's the risk assessment. I need a clinical assessment from the provider. And so they'll tell us what her needs are, what their plan is, but I need that clinical assessment. And I'm not certain who has been selected as the provider, but I need that in 30 days. What's the clinical assessment? What's their recommendation for treatment? So that we know we can incorporate it into the order so that we know how they're addressing Miss Benjamin. Okay?
Yes, Your Honor. And just if I might add, she indicated, she reported that Central City was a designated or the selected provider for her continued treatment. I do want to state that that's where she has been getting treatment, but the Needs Plus assessment also indicated that she does need an additional evaluation. That was part of her assessment with the Needs Plus to have a mental health.
Right. I don't think we have the MOU with Central City for services. I would like to see her go to a provider that we have a memorandum of understanding with.
Yes, Your Honor.
Because if she's been going there and somebody said to her she's doesn't have a problem, I'm not really excited about sending her back to Central City.
Yes, Your Honor.
I think we need to just do a fresh start for her. Let's start from ground zero. What do you think about that, Miss Benjamin?
Yes, ma'am.
You think that's a good move for you?
Yes.
All right. Let's do that. Let's do that. 1 second, Miss Drew. I just forgot. Can you call housekeeping? All right, sorry about that. All right, so let's do it that way, Miss Cleveland. And if you could work with Miss Benjamin today to let's get her signed up for her treatment. What was the recommendation? Was it for outpatient treatment or intensive outpatient treatment?
Miss Benjamin indicated that it was for outpatient treatment based on her discussion with DWIN. I am recommending something different, Your Honor. I know.
What are you recommending?
I am recommending that she go to Naomi's Nest. I did talk to her about this. It's inpatient treatment for the first month. Then after that, to do the transitional living. She does live with a relative right now, but she did indicate to me before she was living with her relative, her home situation was not as stable. So I would like her to start there. I think she would get all the assessments necessary, the clinical assessment as well there, and they would get her on a very good start to her sober path.
All right, thank you. Why are you shaking your head no, Miss Benjamin?
I'm just listening.
You just listening?
Yeah.
All right, tell me what you're thinking.
It doesn't matter.
It does matter. That's why I'm asking. I don't ask questions that don't matter to me. You know, I tell people all the time, when you're over 50, you just don't do stuff that don't matter, and you say what you feel. So I'm well over 50. No, not well over. I'm sorry, Mr. Reed, not well. I'm over 50. And so, yeah, if I ask a question, it matters.
Yeah,
to
I
me.
just want to start with the outpatient treatment. I've done the inpatient treatment, the transitional housing, and I'm in a stable environment now. There's no drug usage in here. I'm the only person that's using drugs. And I'm ready to just do it.
So here's why Ms. Cleveland made that recommendation. And I want you to just think about this. You've done it your way. You've done the outpatient treatment and it wasn't successful. So I'm certain that's why Ms. Cleveland is thinking that you need to do inpatient treatment. And so I understand that the assessment from DWIN came back as outpatient, but also the assessment from the risk assessment says that you weren't really being truthful about your situation. And so you were trying to put yourself in a better light than what you really are in, meaning you were downplaying the problem. And so I need you to understand that even if you start off in outpatient treatment, that doesn't mean that I won't move you to inpatient treatment, okay? Because at the end of the day, Ms. Benjamin, you need the help. And if the help that you got before was not successful, then we need to do something different. It doesn't make sense for us to keep doing the same things over and over again and getting the same results, right? Or expecting something different, but getting the same results. Mm-hmm. And so sometimes people say, well, third time's a charm, and I get that. And that may be the only reason why I'm going to even entertain sending you to outpatient treatment. But I need you to know that inpatient treatment is on the table for you. Because I think you're underreporting.
No, but
I do. Well, here's the thing. When I say underreporting, not so much your usage, but the issues that you're facing that may lead to your usage.
Okay.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And so, because Ms. Cleveland sent me the whole report in the email that I had an opportunity to read. And so I do. I think that you're underreported what's really going on with you. But Ms. Cleveland, if DWIN said, let's start outpatient, thank you for, and I'm not in any ways, Ms. Cleveland, doubting your expertise and I hope that this will never preclude you from making a different recommendation from DWIN in the future, because we need that kind of feedback. Because now my radar is on that, Ms. Benjamin, inpatient treatment is on the table for you. If you're not doing what the court has ordered you to do. Now, let me tell you what that means. You're not going to be able to tell me I can't afford to go test, but I can afford to buy cocaine.
Okay. Not going to work.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. It's not going to work on any day. Now, you just bought cocaine Friday. That means you can go test today. You got some money somewhere. You can go and test. I'm not going to enable you. I'm not going to do that. I will not enable you. So you got to go and test today. So I'm willing to give it a try through outpatient treatment. I'm not willing to give it a try at Central City, okay. Ms. Cleveland. That's not going to be the provider. So I need you to circle back with Ms. Benjamin today. And then I need whoever the provider is that's selected, whoever that is, I need a clinical assessment by April 30th. I need to know what are her needs? What is the treatment plan? What did they assess about Ms. Benjamin? I need to know those things.
Yes, Your Honor.
And then they need to make a recommendation. Is she in the appropriate level of treatment? Because that's all a part of the clinical assessment. Okay?
Yes,
yes, Your
Honor. All right. So I'm giving you an opportunity, Ms. Benjamin, to let's work it.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Who do you have as your support system, Ms. Benjamin?
Well, I do the Zoom NA meetings. I have family that I live with here, and then I have family across the street from here that's supportive, which are cousins.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Very good. Miss Drew, were you able to validate her residence? That it exists? And I Miss Drew, Miss Cleveland. Miss Drew said what? Miss Cleveland, I'm sorry. Miss Cleveland, were you able to validate where she resides?
Your Honor, I will be sending doing some processes to make sure that she lives where she says she does.
All right, that's very important, Ms. Benjamin. Your case manager should know where you are living at all times. And your case manager should be able to contact you at all times. So if you let your voicemail fill up, if you let your phone get shut off, if you whatever, then if Ms. Cleveland has an instruction for you from the court, it's not going to be good because you are required to have that access at all times. Okay? And actually, Ms. Cleveland, because of her drug of choice, I need her to test 3 times random per week starting today.
Yes, Your Honor.
That will start today. So you've got to go and test on today, and then you're going to call regarding testing every single day to see if your color has dropped. Don't try to count tests. It won't work. It will not work. And so you've got to test 3 times a week. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. All right. Anything else, Ms. Cleveland?
No, Your Honor. She is eligible for our court, and I am recommending her first for that.
All right. Very good. Mr. Reed, what do you want to tell me about your client?
Thank you, Judge. Thank you for the opportunity to talk to Ms. Benjamin in the breakout room. She was cooperative, respectful, had a very good attitude. We did talk about drug treatment court. We talked about goals and purposes. I advised her not to get overwhelmed. We talked about the different levels, level 1, level 2, level 3. I advised her that in level 1, the main things we are looking at, drug testing, counseling, 12-step or NA meeting. She said she could do that. She understands that. We also went over the contract. We talked about the court's ability to amend the contract. I advised her that she would get a written copy of the contract. The court had the ability to amend, to delete, to change conditions, but she would always be informed of any changes. I also advised her that she should ask questions. If she has concerns, ask the case manager, ask me, ask the court, but don't be afraid to ask questions. Judge, we talked about the fact that this is a dismissible case. If she successfully completes drug treatment court, this case can be dismissed. We also talked about the fact that there could be sanctions if she didn't successfully complete drug treatment court, up to and including incarceration. She's aware of that, Judge. Again, she was very respectful and very courteous. She indicated to me that she has completed high school and she has some associate degree credits, and I congratulated her on that. She also indicated to me that she is currently unemployed and receiving unemployment benefits, but she hopes to return to the workforce when the pandemic lightens up a little bit. Hopefully that will be soon. Judge, I am recommending her participation in drug treatment court. She is qualified to participate in drug treatment court under Michigan law. I think I've covered everything, Judge. My final, and I'm recommending outpatient for her, Judge. I would like to see her given an opportunity to show that she can work the program. We spent some time talking about that. And I think she understands that being truthful and honest is beneficial. No one wants to hurt her. We have over 150 people in the program, and we're working with all those people, and we're treating them all the same. We don't single people out for any special punishment or anything like that. And Judge, she seems like a nice lady, so I'm recommending her for outpatient treatment, and I'm also recommending her to participate in drug treatment court. Thank you, Judge. I'm gonna stop talking now.
All right. All right. Thank you, Mr. Reed. Miss Benjamin, are you ready to roll up your sleeves and do drug treatment court?
Yes, ma'am.
And you understand it's not easy work, but it is great work with great benefits. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You understand also, I don't accept excuses in drug treatment court. I expect people to work hard. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Very good. Miss Benjamin, you seem like such a wonderful person. I really hope that you will roll up your sleeves and do this work because you're only 59 years old. You're young. You have a lot of life ahead of you. And we want it to be quality, productive life. Do you want that for yourself?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. We want to also repair some relationships and work on some things, but it's going to require you to be open, honest, vulnerable, all of those things, but it's going to be worth it. It'll definitely be worth it. Look, as a part of the drug treatment core family, you are going to be assigned a case manager. Ms. Cleveland, will that be you?
Yes, Your Honor, I will.
Wonderful. So you have an excellent case manager who's going to be in touch with you, walking this journey with you. You will also have attorneys assigned to you, Attorney Reed and Attorney Fikens, who's the other attorney that you see in the courtroom. They will be assigned to you for when you come to court, when you have issues or what have you. You will also have other case managers, our drug treatment court coordinator, as well as our probation director, Mr. Wade. All of us, the judge, all of us, we're here and we're all ready to help you and to work with you. But we do need you to work with us, to join us in the fight. Do I expect it to be easy? Absolutely not. Do I expect you to be perfect? Absolutely not. But I do expect you to work hard. I expect you to work hard. Why? Because you're worth it and you deserve it. You absolutely deserve it. I don't care about what's happened in your past. Today and every day going forward, you deserve something better. And it starts with you. You've got to treat yourself better. And when you're taking in drugs, that's not treating yourself better. When you're altering your mood with marijuana and crack and anything else, you're not treating yourself better. It starts with you. We teach other people how to treat us by the way we treat ourselves.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, we really do. So come on, today, let's make a commitment that we're going to treat Miss Benjamin better. Miss Benjamin is going to treat Miss Benjamin better, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You have any questions for me, Miss Benjamin?
No. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, Miss Cleveland, I need you to get with her today, right after we get out, and let's get her working with her testing, and her outpatient treatment. Those are the two things I need done immediately, for her. And again, I need them to have that clinical assessment to me no later than April 30th. I need it by April 30th.
Yes, sure.
Okay. All right. If no questions, Miss Benjamin, you're gonna see more of me than you probably want to see initially, but that's okay. Let's do it. I'll get to know you. You'll get to know me, and you'll get to see what works, and you'll get to say these are the things Judge Holmes don't like. You'll be able to start keeping a running list stuff to Judge Holmes like and what she don't like, what she'll put up with, what she won't put up with, and I'll keep the same list for you. How about that?
Yes, ma'am. That sounds good.
Sounds good. All right. Miss Cleveland, when do you have Miss Benjamin coming back to see me?
Your Honor, she would be coming back. Today is the 29th. She would be coming back on April 12th.
April 12th at 8:30 a.m. You'll Zoom into the courtroom just like you did on today for your court hearing. Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, I don't know if either of you have had an opportunity to look at the information that Ms. Drew sent over regarding her driving status, because I don't want her driving with a suspended license. Have either of you had an opportunity to look at it?
Judge, I'm looking at her SOS, and I don't see a suspension on there. However, it does look like she owes a $25 reinstatement fee on a seatbelt case for 36 District Court. She may need to pay that. I don't see a suspension on her driver's.
That's it. That Ms. Drew is saying that all she needs to pay is that $25 to 36 District Court for a reinstatement fee, and that's it. Okay, and so she can come here and pay that, Ms. Drew? She can't pay it online? All right, Miss Benjamin, this is what I'm gonna have you do. I want you to call the courtroom, speak to my clerk so she can tell you how to get that $25 paid online. Because I don't want you with a suspended license. I want you to be able to drive and not have an issue.
Okay.
I don't want there to be any question about your license, okay? All right, you ready for the number?
Yes, ma'am.
It's 313
Okay.
965
Yes, ma'am.
2280.
Okay. 2280. I got you.
Yes, ma'am. Give Miss Drew a call, okay?
I will.
All right, and then look forward to hearing from Miss Cleveland later today, okay?
Okay.
All right. All right, take care. I'll see you in 2 weeks.
Bye-bye.
All right. I need to call the remainder of my docket.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I have, uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Is today her release date? Why is she on?
She is on the docket for, let's see. She was due to come back today.
I'm sorry. Print out an ROA. Good morning, Miss Kelly. Give me a second. I need to refresh my memory. And I'm not certain who's with you, but good morning to the Wayne County staff.
Good morning, Your Honor. Deputy Wright, Wayne County Sheriff's
Good
Office.
morning. Good morning, Deputy Wright. Thank you for being on this morning. Give me
you're
a
welcome.
second. All right, and then Mr. Fikens, are you good on Miss Thomas?
Well, I'm waiting for a response from the prosecutor. They said they were going to get back to me. If I can leave the courtroom right now, Judge, I'll contact them and make sure that we have everything in line. I don't want to say something without their
approval. Absolutely. All right, thank you. All right, I'm going to recess just for a few minutes while we do that, and I'll come back and do hopefully Miss Kelly. All right, give me a second. Okay, I got to use the bathroom, y'all. And I don't want to go to Chambers. All right. Can you hear me? Mr. Reed, can you hear me?
Yes, Judge.
All right, Mr. Reed, I ordered a psych evaluation from the jail as to Miss Kelly, and it's not showing that she's had it. They're checking to make sure that maybe it's the report. Miss Kelly, did you get an evaluation done? I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
No, Judge.
No, you didn't have an evaluation?
No.
Okay. All right. And so, Ms. Drew, you said somebody's calling us back?
Yes, Deputy Wright. He'll be calling me back in
Okay.
5 minutes.
We're gonna wait for Deputy Wright. Were you able to find some information?
Judge Holmes, this is Sergeant Coho. How you doing?
Oh, good morning. I'm good. How are you?
Okay, so I'm good. I'm well. So what we did is we referred this to our psychiatric mental health people, and they were under the impression that you were trying to request a forensic order. And I told them that this was not the case. They just wanted to have a psychological evaluation within the jail. Then it turned into, well, we will refer this to our supervisor, and it stopped with that. So that's
and
where we're
nobody did
at.
anything?
And nobody, it appears right now, and I even asked
Miss Kelly.
Ms. Kelly also if she had talked to anybody, and she had stated no. Like I said, the way you wrote it on your order, I've examined it the way that you wrote it on the order. And I even replied to them and said, no, Judge Holmes just wants to make sure that she's able to go to the next level and she's all right. And they translated that into, well, if the judge wants a forensic order, they know how to do it.
No,
So
that's not
kinda-
what I was asking for.
I
All right.
understand. We have a change in personnel with our mental health people right now, so that's probably where the breakdown is.
Okay, I'll reach out. You know, we have a meeting every Wednesday morning at 8:30, and Deputy Chief Rammel or Sheriff Raphael Washington are part of that meeting. I'll make sure that this issue, my concern at this point is I don't want Miss Kelly just sitting in jail because she's not getting the help that she needs. And whether she wants the help or not is not up to her. She's already in the court process. It's up to me. But I know that just sitting in jail is not getting her the help that she needs. And so, Miss Kelly, it's really going to determine, you're really the determining force, because here's what's going to happen. If I release you today to report back on Wednesday so that we can get you evaluated probably quicker through our mental health court, one of two things are going to happen. Either you're going to do what the court has ordered you to do, or we're going to pick you up again, and you know we know how to find you, and you're going to sit in the jail again for weeks at a time while we go through this red tape of how do we get you evaluated. So the problem is not the jail, the problem is you, because we ordered you for an evaluation and you were in the free world, and all you had to do was show up and do what you were supposed to do, and you wouldn't do it. So you're the reason you're sitting in jail. So how do you want to do this? You want to sit in jail and let's hope we get you an evaluation?
No, I want to go home, Judge. Now we'll come back on Wednesday.
Okay, you understand that if you don't, you're going back to jail, right?
Yes, I understand that, Judge.
All right, very good. And so this is what I need to do. Ms. Drew, can you contact Samaje and let him know that she needs to be set up for her mental health court process. And so we need to make sure that she did not get the evaluation at the jail, but I don't want to just leave her sitting there. And we'll put that on our list for Wednesday morning, but I don't want to just leave her sitting there. And so would you ask him if Wednesday is a good day for her to get processed? All right.
Judge, Mr. Morgan is on vacation until April the 5th.
Oh, is that? Okay, yeah, it's the end of March. All right, I'm going, Wait, he's on for a whole month? I thought he was just going, it's the end of March. Okay, all right. And so who's covering for mental health court for Wednesday?
I think Mr. Lorenz is here. I gotta go over and check. He was here Friday, and I think he's here today. So I have to go over and check to make sure.
All right. So can you contact Mr. Lorenz and ask him if Wednesday is a good day for Selena Kelly to be processed for mental health court?
Okay, and I'll contact him also, Your Honor. I'll go over there right now.
Okay, wonderful. Because I want to make sure, you know, that we're good.
Okay.
All right. So if you, Sergeant Coho, could just hold on 1 second. I want to make sure we're tying up the right loose ends on our end. But it looks like I'm going to end up giving her a $500 personal bond. And I'm going to have her return to court on this week, Wednesday, to meet with an intake to do intake for mental health court. And then we'll just get her evaluated, and I'll work out the kink with the deputy, with the sheriff on Wednesday.
So, is she still talking? Judge.
Yes, ma'am.
You want me to come to the 36th district, right?
I'm finding that out now because I want to make sure you have the right instructions. You have a cell phone, Miss Kelly?
Yes, my daughter bought me a new cell phone, so I won't have a problem with it.
Okay.
This Wednesday?
Yes, this Wednesday. And you know how to do Zoom from that phone, or will your daughter help you?
Yes, I will download it as soon as I get home.
All right, now, you know, Miss Kelly, you made me a lot of promises the last time I let you go from the Wayne County Jail.
I know, and I apologize. I apologize, Judge Holmes. It's just I had a problem with the telephone thing, and I'm not gonna make a promise, but I promise I will get it right this time.
All right, if not, we'll come pick you up.
I know you will.
And Your Honor,
But I want to get you help, Miss Kelly. I want to get you help. I don't want you just sitting in jail. Okay?
Okay, thank you so much.
Let me get a confirmation from Mr. Lorenz, so we're giving you the right instructions.
Okay.
And Your Honor, Deputy Wright here, do you still need Sergeant Coho?
No, I think we're good. Thank you, Sergeant Coho.
Okay.
I appreciate you.
Yeah. Oh.
No problem, Judge.
Ryan is talking to Matt right now, so a few minutes, just a few minutes.
Okay, we just need a few minutes to get the final instructions as to what's going to happen with Miss Kelly. So just give us 1 more minute.
No problem, Judge.
All right.
Yay.
All right. While we're doing that, Mr. Fikens, is Miss Thomas still on?
I believe she is, Judge. She needs to be turn on her video.
Okay, I will. Just give me a second, Miss Thomas. Now, you know you can't start shouting out on my record.
Okay.
I'm asking you to start your video. Do you see it?
Yeah, give me 1 second. Okay.
Now she want me to give her a second. All right. Mr. Fikens, are we ready to proceed on Miss Thomas?
We are, Your Honor. I've had discussions with the prosecutor, but I'll let you put the case number on first before I speak.
Okay, here we go. The case number is U510-98019 for Sabrina Thomas. Miss Thomas, state your name for the record.
Sabrina Thomas.
All right, good morning, Miss Thomas.
Good morning.
All right, Mr. Fikens, how are we proceeding?
Thank you, Your Honor. Today is a date and time set for trial. I've been in discussions with the prosecutor this morning. I've had other discussions at 2 other occasions with them in the past. At this point in time, Your Honor, because the officer is not signed in, did not show up to the courtroom, we are moving to dismiss this matter without prejudice, realizing that it could be refiled.
All right, you understand that, Ms. Thomas, that the people could refile if they choose to do so, but this matter was scheduled for trial this morning at 8:30. It is 9:56, and I am satisfied. I've given everybody ample time to appear. Therefore, the case is dismissed without prejudice, and the people are at liberty to refile. Ms. Thomas, you're going to get your paperwork in the mail. Make sure you hold on to it, okay?
Okay.
All right. Thank you for your patience this morning.
No problem. So I can leave
All right.
off here, Yana?
Yes, ma'am. You can leave off of here. Goodbye, Miss
You all have a
Thomas.
wonderful day. Thank you so much.
All right. You do the
Was,
same. Thank
was
you.
there a bond in this case, Judge?
Yes.
But this was a case that went back to 2019. And so to the extent that there are warrant or lien costs, we'll have to keep that. But any valid portion of her bond can be refunded. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Reed. Did you
What
hear
would
that,
that
Miss
be?
Thomas?
Yes, but I don't know what that would be.
And I don't know what it would be either. So just check the mail for your check. It'll be coming. Okay? All right. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right. Mr. Griffin, you have an update from Mr. Lorenz?
Yep, Your Honor. I told him he's about to join us.
Okay.
Yeah, he has a little more history of what happened the last time that Ms. Kelly was before you. And I think he said he already did his intake and everything. And then she didn't show up for testing. And Warren ended up going on and she ended up being picked up on that. So he's reviewing this now. So I told him to join us because we do have her in court today. So he should be joining us shortly, Your Honor.
All right. Wonderful. Well, while we're waiting, thank you, Mr. Griffin. While we're waiting on him, let's call the remainder of the docket. I have Tiffany Coleman, Z8058541. Ms. Coleman had a face-to-face today. Is that correct?
Yes, he had a face-to-face. Only reason that I was trying to get her provider on the docket, but I wasn't able to, so I'll get her on next time.
All right, very good. What is her return to court date, Mr. Yancey?
On April 15th, Your Honor.
April 15th, 2021 at 8:30 a.m. All right. And then Mr. Lorenz, thank you for joining us. Let me just call this one last matter on my docket and then I'm ready for Kelly. I have a case for Ayana Solis, case number U161594414. And it was supposed to be for an arraignment on the bench warrant. She has not appeared in my courtroom this morning. Did she post a bond for this case? All right, Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, you all have not seen her in my courtroom, is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor, and I haven't seen her on Zoom. No.
All right.
Yes.
And she did post a bond.
$750.
$750. Where is she? All right. I still have to KP as her. She's not here, but if I don't know how we encourage her to walk in. That's too much money to lose.
Yes. Hopefully that will encourage her to at least come and talk to you, Judge. Hopefully that will.
Absolutely. All right. Mark the case as specialty court on the specialty court docket, and I'm KPSing her. The bond is going to be set at $500 cash and surety. Indicate that they are not to reduce my bond.
Okay.
All right, and then that leaves me with the last matter from Ms. Kelly. Mr. Lorenz, if you could state your appearance, good morning to you. If you could state your appearance for the record.
Good morning, Your Honor. Matthew Lorenz, case manager for specialty court, 36th District Court.
All right, thank you, Mr. Lorenz. I had Ms. Kelly stay at the Wayne County Jail, hoping to get her a psych evaluation. They have not done so. I know that she needs our help, and I don't want her just sitting in jail. And so my question this morning is, this week, Wednesday, is this a good time to get her processed and get her going with respect to mental health court?
Your Honor, I did complete her intake and everything back on March 5th. She was instructed to drug test over the course of the weekend. She refused. And then come Monday, I reminded her that she needed to drug test again. She said that she has already set up everything and she was going to do it her way. She still did not drug test for ATS, as well as her clinician at Team Wellness instructed her to go drug test. She did not, and she failed to follow through with any of her mental health stuff that was instructed to as well.
Oh. So she's been processed, and so she's in good shape with respect to processes. You don't have anything that you need her to come in or Zoom with you one-on-one to finish, to complete, to go into mental health court. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor. It was just all the non-compliance right off the get-go, which caused her to have a warrant and then got picked up.
All right. So Miss Kelly, what do you want to say? Because you're the problem.
Yes, I understand. I didn't have the money to go and test where you guys wanted me to test at, and I was wondering if it'll be okay if I test with my mental health clinic because it's free there.
And
it's free for
that's
me.
Correct. Hold on, Miss.
Yes,
Hold on, Miss Kelly.
And then when
I said, hold on, Miss Kelly. I'm gonna give me a white flag for up here, Miss Kelly. You're assigned to Team Wellness, and it is acceptable for you to test at Team Wellness. Mr. Lorenz, do we have funds available for her to test? Because she can't just test once a week. The minimum she has to do is twice a week, random. Are there funds available? Do you know?
I don't know off the top of my head, Your Honor. I would have to get with Mr. Wade and validate that. And then she would also have to provide proof of no income as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And so thank you, Mr. Lorenz. And so this is what I'll have you do. If you could reach out to Miss Willis, find out what's the earliest date that she can see Miss Kelly. I need her to see Miss Kelly before Wednesday because I'm going to place Miss Kelly on my docket on this Wednesday for her return to court date at 9:30 a.m. And she's going to Zoom in. Yes, Mr. Lorenz?
She actually sees Miss Wendy Hill there, Your Honor, so I will make contact with her.
Okay, wonderful. So if you could contact Ms. Hill, I really need her to get in for her assessment and for testing. And I need her to do it before Wednesday. And then I need Miss Kelly to appear in my Zoom courtroom on Wednesday at 9:30 a.m. And then we can go from there. Does that work for you, Mr. Lorenz?
Yes, Your Honor. There is
All right.
Your Honor, if you are looking at releasing her today, there was a recommendation made earlier when I was doing her intake from Miss Wendy Hill that the client be released to a Genesis house for transitional living because she wants her to have stable housing. She believes that where she's currently living right now is not stable.
Okay.
Where I live,
all right.
I live is stable.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
I say where I live is stable.
Who are you living with? You have your own place?
I live with my daughter and my 2 grandkids, and it's stable there.
Okay, Mr. Lorenz, have we been able to verify that address?
I have, let me double check, Your Honor.
See, let me, Mr. Lorenz, while you're checking, Miss Kelly, let me tell you, you've caused a real issue because see, these are all things that Mr. Lorenz would have been doing had you been in compliance and appearing and doing the things that you needed to do. You never did do anything the court ordered you to do. So now we don't know if that place is stable.
But it's stable. I just had a problem with going to pay for the drug testing, and he had to get permission from you in order for me to go to my mental health clinic to doc for free because I checked with them.
No, and that's not the only problem you had. Miss Kelly, let me help you. That's not the only problem you had. You had a problem. You called me on the phone, belligerent. You had a problem. Okay. You tested that you had been drinking, and you were supposedly going to take your grandchildren to school. And that better not ever happen. You better not get behind the wheel of nobody's car, taking nobody's kids nowhere, and you have had some alcohol. Are you gonna really sit in that Wayne County jail? You're gonna really sit in that Wayne County jail for a long time. And so that's where the problem started. So you had a lot of issues and just not complying. So let me hear from Mr. Lorenz. Mr. Lorenz, did you find the answer to the question?
I did not validate it yet, Your Honor. I apologize.
Okay. All right. And so we need to get that validated. You have an address of record for her. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
You just haven't validated. Okay. So we have an address. And we know where to go and get her from if she does not do what she's supposed to do. Is that correct, Mr. Lorenz?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, very good. And then find out if Ms. Hill can see her before Wednesday, because I'm bringing her back on my docket on Wednesday.
Yes, Your Honor, for intake, correct?
Yes. Okay. And then make sure, Mr. Lorenz, you circle back with Miss Kelly before Wednesday so that she can be, I need you to go and test. Look, if you can find money for alcohol, you can find money to test. That's just the reality of it. You can find money for alcohol. You can find money to go and test. So now look, I don't know how quickly Miss Hill can see her, but I need her to test before she comes in on Wednesday.
Yeah, sure.
Okay? Now, Miss Kelly, you don't show up Wednesday in my courtroom, we're coming to get you, and you're gonna sit. You're gonna sit it out, okay?
Okay.
I'd like to tell you Happy Easter now. I'd like to tell you Happy Mother's Day now, but if you don't do what you're supposed to do, you're not gonna see me for Easter or Mother's Day.
I'm gonna do that.
But you're gonna be at that Wayne County jail. All right, I wanna help you. You need the help, ma'am. You need the help.
Right.
That's the bottom line. You need the help.
You're right.
All right, Mr. Lorenz, any questions for me?
No, Your Honor.
All right, so $500 personal bond, and she's gonna be released to her daughter's home, and then she'll return to court on Wednesday, the 31st of March at 9:30 a.m. And she'll be in touch with Mr. Lorenz prior to March 31st. She will also test prior to March 31st, and she will also see her mental health care provider prior to March 31st. Mr. Lorenz, if that's a problem, then let me know.
Yes,
when you talk to Miss Hill. Okay. Yes, Miss Kelly, what else you want to tell me?
So where do you want me to go and test that for tomorrow?
Mr. Lorenz, will you contact her and let her know where you wanted to test?
Yes, Your Honor.
What's close to her? We want to get you to a facility that's close to where you are, okay?
Okay, Your Honor.
All right, Miss Kelly, I'm counting on you. This is our second go round. You're not gonna keep on duping me.
All right.
All right. You keep.
Thank you, Your Honor.
This the second. This better not be your second sucker punch, because you sucker punch me 2 times. I'm gonna sucker punch you back. I promise you I will.
I hear you, Your Honor. Thank you so much.
All right, Miss Kelly. Thank you so much, Deputy Wright. I appreciate you. Thank you for your patience. Okay.
No problem, Your Honor. It was good seeing you.
Likewise. All right. Okay. I believe that's it for the docket. Who's still on?
I'm gonna call and see, because sometimes they want me to send it to different places.
Oh yeah, call them, because they did give a whole different number the other day. All right. Thank you, Mr. Lorenz, for popping on. I appreciate you.
Not a problem. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. All right. So that ends our docket for the morning, and we need to schedule